Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in Elite Dangerous because there's been another massive update. So we're actually in Gamma 2.0 now, as you can see in the bottom left corner. We've also got this different background, which has a station spinning around nicely. But yeah, so we've got a few new features in this release, and there's also like 1,000 tweaks and little fixes and everything like that. So let's jump into it. So we've got two new ships. We've got the Lakon Type 7 and the Adder. I haven't seen either of them in game yet, so unless I get pretty lucky, I'm not going to be able to actually show them to you, which is a bit unfortunate, but we got other stuff we can look at. So let's start over here. So if you see, we've got our reputations thing here. If I click to the right, we now also have system status, and that actually gives us a percentage of our reputation with each individual faction within the system. You can also click on that and you get a description of what sort of faction it is. So a political one has, you know, a specific description, and a corporation has a different description, and that sort of thing. So you can see how that goes. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. This it lets you know how you're doing, like in a actual kind of more detailed way with the factions than what we used to have previously. So that's a really cool change, and I've actually gone the wrong way. There we go. The main reputation screen appears to be unchanged, but yeah. So, what else? We've got new types of missions, basically slavery missions, or delivering slaves, I think. Slaves were a commodity, like a trade commodity previously, I think, generally an illegal one. Now there's actually missions for them. Let's see if we've got one on the bulletin board here. I'd be surprised, to be honest, but you never know. Maybe one of these ones that isn't available. This is obtaining military plans, which is considered illegal. So basically you get the military plans and you bring them here. I don't know if this is a new mission now. I haven't seen these before today, but maybe I just didn't see them. I don't know. Let's see. That might have been the same one actually. I'm clicking all over the place. Let's try one of maybe one of these ones. No, that's lithium. Okay, well anyway, there are missions to bring slaves, basically. I guess those are both military plans. So yeah, that's they just don't trust me enough for that. So, what else have we got? Alliance stations apparently now have their own colour schemes and that sort of thing. I'm not really sure about that because I'm not in Alliance space. But there's one really cool thing, and this is, for me, the most exciting part of this patch, and that is route planning. So you can see the galaxy map now looks a bit different because you've got these new icons. So this is the regular select destination one. Then you've got plot route. Then you can view the system view and buy exploration or trade data. So this is really cool, this plot route. So it relies on this section here where you've got economical routes or fastest routes. So if I flick it over to economical, it's got to plan everything out again, which can take a few seconds. And if I search for the Sol system, which isn't too far away, there we go. So that's 32 light years away, and I can click plot route. Now, so it gives me each system, right? But what's really cool is that when I'm actually flying and I jump into this next system, it will automatically select the system after that. So I'll actually demonstrate that to you. So launch out of here. So there does seem to be a range on how far away you can go. I'm not sure what that range is, but there is some sort of range. Like, for example, the Lave system is like, I don't know, 160 light years away, and I couldn't plot a course to that because it was just too far away. So I'm not sure what that range is, but you won't be able to just say, you won't be able to set a route for like 5,000 light years away and just go for it, unfortunately. So let's go over for this. And I've actually managed to find, I'm not sure if the outfitting has changed, but both, oh shit, am I actually going to fly through this? God, that was a bit close. See, I'm not sure what's changed with outfitting, but it seems that it's a lot easier to find parts now. Like, I've been to 2 stations now. They've all had frameshift drives. They've had basically each type of component they've had available. I'm not sure if I just got incredibly lucky or if that's actually changed, but it's worth having a look at. And you can see I'm in my hauler now, and it can jump 22 light years because I managed to find a frameshift drive. So that's pretty crazy. So you can see here, you can't actually see it at the moment, let me cancel that jump. So if we go down to, keep scrolling, there we go. So you can see this is our next destination in the route, and it's got this little icon next to it. So if I actually select a different one as the destination, it still has this plot route icon. You see like the three little circles all joined together. So let's jump to this. And basically once we're here in V1201 Orionis, I don't know, I'm not going to try it. But once we're there, it'll automatically select the next route, so I can just keep jumping, just bang, bang, bang. And I don't have to keep selecting things. So this is so useful. And it's something that a lot of people, myself included, have wanted for a long time, so it's really good to see it in. And it's not going to do the flying for you, obviously. You've still got to press the jump buttons and everything, but it just saves the hassle of having to open up your system or your galaxy map and all that sort of thing. I haven't even been here before. Let's do a quick scan. Oh, why am I so close? God damn it. Well, that is annoying. Hopefully I don't take too much damage here. I've noticed that happens a couple times. You basically jump out of Super Cruise and straight away you're too close to the star. Put away my hard points. I'm not sure if I'll be able to jump straight to here or if I'll need to get the escape vector. Anyway. But you can see, so I'm jumping straight to this next system. I mean, I haven't selected anything. And hopefully I don't burn up here because my heat is rising rapidly. Okay, that's alright. Oh, that was exciting.
Warning, taking heat damage.
Yes, I know. It's because you dropped me out next to a fucking sun. Alright, let's pull away immediately from here and let my heat cool off a little bit. Let's scan here as well. Okay. And you can see the next system, again, is immediately ready to go. So I can just align with that and jump straight away. So it's really cool. And of course you can change it. Oh, this is the economical route, but you could change it over. So if I go into, once I'm in the next system, I'll change it over to the fastest route. And I'll only have to jump like 1 or 2 times. But obviously that will use a whole bunch of fuel all at once. And you can see immediately just how much easier it is just to make your way to a destination now. So we could just jump straight over to Ross 614, but instead I'll open up the map once I finish scanning. There we go. So let me open up the galaxy map. And I will change to fastest routes, and then it looks like I'll actually have to search for Sol again and set that as the destination. It might actually be able to make it here in one jump. Yeah, I'll be able to make it there in one jump. So that's simple. I've still got Ross selected for some reason. I might have forgotten to press the right button. I need a permit to get to the Sirius system. There you go. Interesting. Alright, so it looks like I'll have to actually set that as my destination. Not sure why that didn't quite work. Maybe I misclicked something. So I've got the route plotted to it, but it didn't actually set it for some reason as the destination. It looks like it has now. No? Alright. So this is still a little bit fiddly, I guess. Oh well. That is a bit of a pain. But you can I think it's because I'm changing between routes and everything in the middle of it. You're probably not really supposed to do that, I guess. But there we go, it's selected now. So I can just jump my way over there. The one thing I've noticed as well is that it seems to be the way you sell exploration data seems to be a little bit different now. Apparently, I'm not sure if this is true of all data, but apparently you need to be 20 light years away from the system before you can sell that system's data, which is a bit interesting. It means if you're just starting off your exploration like a Sidewinder or something, it's probably going to take you a little bit longer to get that cash payout, but anyway. So it seems that a bunch of the planets and stuff in the Sol system have been given another pass too. That's one of the reasons I came here. So it looks a little bit different. More higher detail, I think. Let's have a quick look at Earth, and then I'll dock at one of the stations over here. I'd like to find the adder, because oh god, I'm being addicted. Yeah, I'd like to find the adder, because I think I should be able to actually purchase that. I think it costs, I'm not sure how much it costs, but I think it's under 100,000 credits. So that could be interesting. Oh, and I can actually see a player off in the distance. It's been so long. Oh, actually, I probably wouldn't be able to buy an adder right now. I don't have enough credits because I bought ship components. My haul is worth like, I think nearly 200,000 credits at the moment. It's a little bit silly. And it doesn't even have shields. But anyways, let's get nice and close to Earth. Now, one other thing I've heard is that if you were using the mining, right, and if you were doing that thing where you just sit in a mining field, you get, you know, all the resources off one of the rocks, and then you log out and log back in, so that that rock would have regenerated. Apparently that doesn't work anymore. I haven't tested it myself, but apparently that will no longer work. So it looks like once you log off and log back in, it will have spawned a random different type of asteroid or something. So good, that took a little bit to load in. So that's just what I've heard. You'll have to try that yourself, I guess, but yeah. That looks like one way of making lots of money that may not be as simple as it was previously. So already it looks like the Earth is a bit more textured, as we do a really quick flyby. Looks pretty cool. So there's a lot of nice detail sort of thing that's gone there, and apparently that's true of a lot of the planets in the Sol system. So yeah, that's a pretty nice touch. Alright, well let's dock at one of these stations here. Oh, there's a capital ship here. Let's go to that. Haven't seen that before. It's pretty close by. So many exciting things to see today. I knew they'd added capital ships earlier in Gamma, but I hadn't seen any of them before. So what do we got? Those are fighters. Oh, there it is. Bloody hell. Check that out. Let me get a bit of distance from it so I can see the whole thing. I haven't seen one of these before. This is really cool. So if we go over to contacts, what have I got? Farragut class battle cruiser. Sweet. Damn, check that out. I think I'm coming at it from the bottom, relatively speaking. Very cool. Let's see, how close can I get to this? This is cool. I wonder if this is like a docking bay or something in here. No idea. Alright, let's reverse out of here. Try not to run into anything. Can I squeeze through here? Yes. Oh shit, no! I can't! I'm too fat. My hull is too fat. Oh, doesn't look like I got wanted or anything from that. I just took a bit of damage. Oh, I didn't quite anticipate on seeing this here. That's pretty awesome. The FNS O'Brien. Very cool. I love that detail. Well, that's interesting. Okay, let's go find a station to dock at. Apparently its rank is harmless. Okay. Right. Whatever. Doesn't look like it mass locked me either, so that's good. So like I said earlier, there's like a million little tweaks and fixes and everything that it's just too much to go through. So there will be a link to the patch notes in the video description if you would like to go see all of that. Other things that are kind of difficult to show off, there's some new sound effects and everything. Apparently there's like a female specific breathing sound effect for when you're in running silent or whatever that's called. You know, all little things like that. One thing I've noticed, TrackIR feels different. You probably won't be able to see it in the video, or maybe you will, I'm not sure, but it just looks and feels a lot smoother. The result though is that it feels like there's a bit of input lag or something when you're using TrackIR, because like it is smoother, but I think it's being filtered or something, so it's taking a long time to disengage. But so TrackIR just feels a bit different. I'm not sure if that's something I can fix or if it's just something I'm going to have to live with, but anyway. Let's request docking here. Good old Abraham Lincoln. So overall, this is a really cool patch. I mean, the route plotting just by itself, even if they didn't do anything else in this patch, the route plotting is just amazing. I mean, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you've had to do like when you've tried to jump 50 light years or something, especially in a ship that has like a 7 light year jump range, it's just such an amazing, useful feature to have, because I don't have to keep on going back to the galaxy map or write down all my routes along the way on a piece of paper or some shit. Yeah, it's kind of a usability sort of thing that's just so necessary, and so it's good to see it. Well, I know some people have been excusing the whole lack of any sort of route planning as just being, you know, a feature because it made the game more difficult, but personally I think it's just a really good thing to have. Alright, let's see if we've got one of these new ships here. I wouldn't expect so, but maybe we'll get lucky. I don't know. Sidewinder, Eagle, and Adder. Oh, there it is. That's the Adder. So, let's check out these speeds. 220 meters per second or 320 boosted. Decent maneuverability, shields and armor. So it costs 87,000 credits, by the way. 2 utility mounts, so we've got 3 weapons hard points. That's interesting. The silhouette looks a fair bit like the Hauler as well. I mean, it's by the same company, the Zorg and Peterson. So we've got 1 size 1 internal, 2 size 2 internals, and 2 size 3s. That's more than the Hauler has, from memory. Might be wrong about that. It's got a big fuel tank. The Hauler only has a capacity 4 fuel tank. I've got a capacity 2 in mine, so that I had a little bit more jump range. But yeah, that's very interesting. Well, I'm not going to buy this right now, but I think you'll see a video coming up soon about the Adder. I'm not sure if I can do it today or not, but I'll try to get one out coming pretty soon. So, well, anyway, let's check the bulletin board too. Nope. And I'll just check Universal Cartographics. And you should be able to see what I was talking about with it being a little bit different to how it was previously. So you can no longer buy a bunch of data in here. I guess you do that all from the galaxy map. And you can see this G9949 system. It says I need to travel 20 plus light years from the source to trade. So, and it actually shows you your distance. So Y is blah 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 blah. I'm 35 light years away, whereas this one I'm 26 light years away. So yeah, it's an interesting change. A few credits for me. Let's go to the outfitting too. I keep thinking of new things to do, but we'll see if it's got a shitload of parts here as well. If it does, then that basically means that the outfitting has changed, because you don't get that lucky 3 times in a row, really. Now, anybody who's had to deal with the randomness of the outfitting system will know how good this is. Assuming I'm right, anyway. I didn't see anything about it in the patch notes, but sometimes it's hard to tell. So there's not as much here. Maybe I did get lucky. I mean, pretty much the last 2 stations that I actually docked at, every single one of these, you could purchase something. So we've got power plants here. Oh, an A-class, that's expensive though. A few other internal compartments. Nothing too crazy by the looks of it. Well, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, as I was saying, this is a really cool patch, and some very cool features. So, but yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. So, oh, no, I haven't. Wear and tear, apparently, is incredibly expensive now. So apparently it's only 2.6 or 2,600 credits for my wear and tear. But I'm seeing people on the forums talking about, especially with the larger ships like the ASPs or whatever, talking about like 25,000 credits and stuff to repair after like a single jump. So apparently, I mean, your mileage may vary, I guess, but the cost isn't too bad for me right now. But apparently it can get incredibly expensive, so something to bear in mind, I guess, and just check out as you're flying around. But yeah, so now I think I've actually covered everything I wanted to talk about. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.